It's becoming more and more important, if we're going to create great urban buildings, to start to mix uses. This is an example behind me of a project we were given recently, and it's a fantastic way of combining both retail, almost 900,000 feet of office, and 2 towers that contain more than 1,400 residential units. I think the combination of uses on the same site and then interconnecting that to the city by way of the path is very, very important. One of the key reasons why it's important now to start really diving into innovative ways to bring uses back together onto the same site is, number one, land is extremely difficult to find. What's really important now is to find ways to generate much higher densities, but also to celebrate life in the city. In other words, places where you can live, work, entertain, eat, enjoy, have fun, shop. So as these complexes become more intense with density, they also have to become shared. So they become attributes to all the various components, be those living or working. It is all about mixed use. Every building is a different use or has multiple uses in them. The challenge with these projects is often to find enough land to do a complete community, certainly at this scale. And one of the great things about the South Core, south of the tracks in Toronto, is it afforded many of the developers larger pieces of land that didn't have to be assembled. Most of the lands down here were railway lands, so you had access to great large spaces. So here we were able to put in 3 towers, and which are all united on the roof. On this level, we've got access from all uses, residential, commercial, and retail, up into this park-like level, which has a food court and a very large fitness facility, which is available to everyone. The really interesting thing, though, is how people start to live together in a complex. They'll often apply for a job in the office building. People in the office building will look to rent or to buy condominium space, and the retail survives really, really well. It's all sort of centered around Scotiabank Arena for concerts, sporting events, all kinds of entertainment. You've got direct access into Union Station, both internally and also externally, right here from Maple Leaf Square. That includes standalone office buildings, indoor connected to Union Station and the path. The building here, Maple Leaf Sports did it. The bridge that we're leading to. All of these buildings are connected by the path, all indoor connections. And they're mostly either mixed use or connected uses. For most North American cities, this approach to planning and urban design has never really existed. It did in the early days when cities were small, but as they expanded, they moved towards the garden city, the suburb, the idea that you work downtown, you live outside of the core. People were alienated. They moved out there to feel rich and entitled, and I would argue, I think now most of them are impoverished in time and cost and car dependency. Life has changed in a very negative way for many people living miles from the core. The great thing here in the South Core is we've reinvented how we make cities. The sidewalks are wider, the public realm is better. There's more tree planting on most of the major avenues. People are loving it down here. And what's great about this is environmentally, it's extremely sustainable.